What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we're talking 3 tips on lanes that hook, and we're doing it here at Eastgate Lanes. Today we're going to talk about 3 adjustments that we can make, and then 2 we're going to give as a bonus to some of our members on this channel in a separate video. So if you want, you can subscribe and be a member of the channel. But for right now, I'm going to talk about tip number 1, where I move my feet on the approach to try and adjust for lanes that hook. Normally, if I'm at like North Rock, I'm playing pretty up and at 'em with a little higher ball speed, but at Eastgate Lanes, that seems to really not be the play for me. When I played a little straighter, it just seems like every 4th or 5th shot, my ball would go through the face. So instead of standing around 15, 16, 17 like I like to stand, I'm gonna move all the way in, move my feet about 8 right to 25, and we'll see what happens. Obviously, I was hooking a lot of the lane. We went light mix. So my next adjustment wouldn't necessarily be going back to the left, because sometimes when they hook, if you get too close to the friction, your ball will tend to overhook and then underhook. What we're gonna wanna do from there is actually slow the ball speed down to get rid of a little bit of that over-under that a lot of you guys are used to seeing. When I miss left, it'll hook the right amount. When I miss in, it will still actually hook back to the pocket. I've moved into 25 with my feet. I've found some oil. And now I'm gonna move up a little bit on the approach. You saw my feet earlier. I haven't moved my foot in terms of left or right. I've just moved it up to try and slow the ball speed down a little bit. And that simple adjustment of just taking a half step up, my ball went from light mix to high flush. And now I can stay there for maybe a game, half a game, and really kind of just bowl until I need to move again. It seems a little counterintuitive to slow down on a high friction surface, but this bowling alley specifically, I feel like the slower ball speed is the play on the house shot. That is not to be said that there aren't other house shots where higher ball speed isn't the play. I would say tip number 2 is the equipment. So some of the equipment that I would throw on some higher friction surface, like this Tundra Fire, like a Sneak Attack, like a Purple Hammer Reactive, a Vibe, the brand new Radioactive Vibe, or really any of that Vibe series I would throw, like an Ocean Vibe as well. So I'm looking for some solid cover stocks with some smaller cores that won't hook so much, but they'll still give me that smooth shape, or some shinier bowling balls that'll really float through that front part of the lane. And we're doing a bowling ball tournament on the House Extras channel, which is our channel as well. And you can see how some of those bowling balls react in comparison to each other over on that channel. So you can check that out if you want to know more about the equipment and the kinds of adjustments we make with those equipment. Which right now I got a Tundra Fire, which is the weaker end of my balls because the lanes already hook on some of those older synthetics or even wood lanes that a lot of people bowl in. You don't need really strong balls, and that's why the 2 balls that I brought today were the Sneak Attack that you saw me throw, and now the Tundra Fire. Both of those balls are built to get through some of that early friction and really skate through that front part of the lane to avoid some of that built-in friction that those centers already have. And a lot of centers in America throughout are older surfaces. So what we're looking for is maybe some weaker balls to attack those older surfaces. With a weaker ball, I'm not gonna have to worry about the early hook so much, as this ball is gonna float through that front part of the lane and grab in the middle and the back end. So I'm actually gonna move 5 left with this one, closer to where I would have started. I'm gonna move 5 left with this one and throw it back to like a normal speed again. Hey-o. My move off of a wrap 7 like that, because I know the lanes are fresh, I'm just gonna move a little further left. I'm actually gonna go another 3 left with this weaker ball and actually keep that normal speed. And another wrap 7. That Sneak Attack is clearly hooking a little earlier, and with this shiny Tundra Fire, it's actually really skating through the fronts. So I can just keep moving left because it has no problem skating through the friction that's on these lanes. I'm actually gonna move another 5 left, and what I'm gonna do is up the ball speed. I'm gonna throw it harder than I usually do, because now that I'm so far left, I am gonna need some help with the ball speed to get my ball down lane. And I'm gonna keep wrapping 7, just for you guys. Now, adjustment number 3 for me is gonna be the ball speed, which I've already done and showed you guys a little bit throughout this video. That matching your ball speed to where you're playing on the lane almost trumps anything else you can do. I can make this ball strike from 2 areas on the lane. You have to match the ball speed to what you're trying to accomplish. So right now, trying to play a little straight, trying to get a little firmer, So I'm gonna need a little firmer ball speed to be able to play that straighter line. .5 miles an hour on the monitor, playing a straighter angle, probably, you know, 13, 14 all the way out to only like 8, 9 down lane. And now I can still strike with this ball playing a deeper angle on the lane. I just have to match my ball speed. So I'm probably gonna go from 18.5 to 16.5 and show you guys that when lanes hook, yes, you can throw it hard and stand in the same spot you always do, or throw a weaker ball and stand in the same spot you always do, but you can also move. When you move really deep in and you find some oil, that might be where you need to play. You might just need to adjust your ball speed to play that part of the lane. So right now, I'll stand on 30. I'll stand really far up on the approach, and this is gonna be back-to-back shots where I strike, because I will strike. That was 15.5 miles an hour. So that was 3 miles an hour slower than my last one. However, both of them struck. That one even went higher flush than the other one. So I'm just trying to show you guys that it's all about ball speed. There's two options really. I could move in and throw it slower, or I could kind of stay where I'm at with some weaker bowling balls and maybe throw it a little harder. And those two, the way I decide those two, because I have that problem in tournaments all the time, I probably do what I'm most comfortable with first, whether it's throwing it harder or moving in, whatever you guys are more comfortable with, try that first. And if that doesn't quite work, that's when you would switch to the other one. I'm more comfortable moving in, throwing it slower, and that's not working, and I'm seeing other people throw it harder and play further to the outside of the lane. That's when I'm gonna probably switch gears and be like, okay, maybe I do need to move a little left, or maybe I do need to square up a little bit, throw it harder, play straighter with weaker bowling balls. Kind of look around and see who's striking. Is it guys that are throwing it hard, or is it guys that are throwing it slow and hooking? And that's where I make my decision. All right, so those were our top 3 adjustments to make on high friction and hooking lanes. Like I said, you can move your feet around left and right, play deeper, play straighter. You can change your ball speed faster and slower, and you can even change bowling balls to some of those weaker bowling balls that I like to bring when the lanes really hook. So play around with some of those, see what works best for you on your lanes that you bowl on, and really just kind of figure out what works for your own game. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you found my tips useful, and I'm about to give 2 more tips to our members right after this. If you guys want, you can catch us on the members side.